Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper. Hope you guys are having a good week to this point. We've got an interesting Thursday baseball slate on tap. Usually there's afternoon and night games on Thursday, but only one afternoon game, and then we've got most of the games at night. So some picks to give out here. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and of course, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys are betting today. And shout out to KJ Philly 5-teamer in the chat yesterday. His pick of the day was Madison Bumgarner under 4.5 hits allowed. Now, Bumgarner kind of sucked yesterday. He could not throw strikes. He was walking everybody. But as a result, it actually worked in the favor of KJ because Bumgarner was only able to pitch 5 innings. He gave up 4 hits in those 5 innings. But because he walked so many hitters, number one, it limited the amount of guys he could give up hits to. And then it also shortened the amount of innings he pitched, which also played into KJ's favor. So, KJ, good win for you yesterday. Also, message me on Twitter because you get 1 free week of our premium betting Discord. So if you guys want a chance to win, leave a comment below with your favorite bet of the day or send me a winning bet ticket over on Twitter and I'll feature some of those on the show. Different ways to get people involved here. But without further ado, these are the best bets for Thursday night's MLB slate. To start us off here, I'm looking at Aaron Nola for over 7.5 strikeouts against the Atlanta Braves. And one kind of note about today's slate, we do not have very many good-looking bets in our data over at OddsShopper. So there's nothing that has an especially high win rate or expected ROI. So for today's slate, I would proceed with a little bit of caution. Maybe some other information or other bets will open up later in the day. Maybe something weird will happen where there's a pitcher scratch or something that'll open up value on an individual team. But at least as of now, there's really no bets I love for today's slate. So these are the ones that I think are the best bets on this slate, but I wouldn't bet the full amount you normally bet on these bets if that is how you're going to proceed with this slate. Because once again, I just don't think that this is the best slate for betting when you just look at some of the data that we have up on the site. But starting with Aaron Nola for today, like I said, we do have him for over 7.5 strikeouts. We have this with a 16% ROI, so it is a slightly positive bet. His matchup against the Braves does leave a lot to be desired, but Nola's been good this year, actually very good. 2.98 ERA, 2.69 expected ERA. As far as the strikeouts go, those have always been great for him. 29.2% K rate this season, generally been around that 30% mark over the last few years. But here's at least one positive I could point to in this matchup against the Braves, and that is that they strike out a lot against right-handed pitching. So pulling up the Braves numbers right now against righties, once again, it's a good offense. It's not going to be an easy matchup for Nola, but there are strikeouts to be had because the Braves have a 25.5% strikeout rate against right-hand pitching. The only team in baseball with a higher K rate against righties is the Los Angeles Angels. Another good offense, but also one that swing and misses a whole bunch. So I'm looking at a pitcher in Aaron Nola, who's one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's in the Cy Young mix, not currently a favor or anything like that to win, but he certainly warrants some consideration. And we've seen some big strikeout numbers for him as of late. The last 2 starts for Nola, both on the road, 10 strikeouts against the Padres, 8 against the Nationals. We have him slightly more likely to go over the 7.5 number than under, and it's only even money on the over. So I think this is one bet that's worth some consideration. Aaron Nola over 7.5 strikeouts. Like I said about this slate, this is one where it's pretty hard to find value. It's tough to find great bets on the board, but here is something that's good value. Free money. Because if you sign up at BetMGM for the first time, they're going to give you $200 for free. This is all you have to do to take advantage of the offer. You sign up using the promo code OSMLB or sign up using the link in the description box below. And then you head on over to BetMGM. You make a $10 bet on any MLB money line tonight, and they're going to give you $200 for free. This is the easiest way to make money in sports betting. It's hard to find winning bets. It's not hard to collect free money, so take advantage of this offer before it goes away. The last time Graham Ashcraft pitched, he was pitching against the San Francisco Giants. I really like the under for a strikeouts number in that matchup, and it lost. He hit the over, so for this start, I'm going right back to the well and taking the under on Graham Ashcraft's once again. His over-under is 4.5 strikeouts. We have him projected just under that at 3.9. And if you watch Ashcraft pitch, you'll think, oh, this guy is ridiculous stuff, which he does. His fastball/cutter reaches 100 miles per hour, and his average fastball velocity this year, 97.3. Like I said, with the upward limits of being able to hit 100. So you would think, oh, great stuff. This guy must strike out a whole bunch of hitters. And while he did hit the over on his strikeout mark the last time against the Giants, he historically has not been a great strikeout pitcher despite his stuff. This year in the big leagues, 15.8% K rate. And then you go back to when he was in the minor leagues, he only had a 20% K rate when he was in the minor leagues. So the most projection systems, if you look at the projections for him going forward in terms of strikeout rate, it's right around 18% going forward. So I just don't think that Ashcraft is somebody that could reliably get strikeouts in the big leagues overall, his numbers look solid. He's just a pitch to contact guy, 3.27 ERA, 3.23 expected ERA. But once again, the strikeouts just generally aren't there. Take the last start against the Giants aside, where he did strike out 8 hitters. Before then, 4 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, 1, 3. So he's made 7 starts this year. He's only gone for 5 or more in 2 of those outings. One of them happened to be last start, and that's causing his strikeout prop to be inflated a little bit here. I have to rely on the larger sample size, but we have not seen Ashcraft generate strikeouts for the most part, either at the big league level or in the minor league. So more often than not, I think he's going under the strikeout number. 4.5 isn't especially high, but we haven't projected for 3.9. So give me under the strikeouts here at 4.5 for Graham Ashcraft. Final bet of the day, I'm going with over 5.5 strikeouts with Joe Musgrove. So 3 strikeout props today, and Musgrove's the final one that I'm hitting on here. And I'm really just backing on pitcher talent. I hate the matchup against the Los Angeles Dodgers, but Musgrove's had an outstanding year. He's actually currently tied with Corbin Burnes for second in terms of the futures market for best odds to win the National League Cy Young. And he's having a great year, 2.12 ERA, 2.83 expected ERA. The strikeout numbers have been solid as per usual with Musgrove, right around 25%. Like I said, the hang-up is the matchup against the Dodgers. This is about as difficult as you could possibly get. Funny enough, the Dodgers are coming off a series in Denver at Coors Field where it's as favorable hitting conditions as possible. The Rockies don't have a good pitching staff, and the Dodgers actually did struggle to score runs in that series other than the last game. So that is one positive to take away from it. So why is Musgrove's strikeout prop only 5.5? 2 reasons. Number 1 is obvious, the matchup against the Dodgers. But number 2, he's coming off a start against the Phillies where he was only able to strike out 1 hitter. And that is something that's going to raise eyebrows and make people want to avoid this prop. Also cause it to be a little bit lower than we normally see for Musgrove. But look at his other recent starts. 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 6, 7, 4, 6, 8, 8. So very, very frequently, we've seen Musgrove go well over 5.5 strikeouts. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this year. Like I said, the matchup is certainly a concern, but the number probably deserves to be right around 6.5 strikeouts as opposed to 5.5 when you consider the overall numbers for Musgrove this season. In terms of our projections, we have him right at 6.5 strikeouts. We have the over 5.5 hitting 64% of the time. So slightly lean towards the over here. Joe Musgrove over 5.5 strikeouts. So to recap, I have 3 bets that I kind of lean towards for today. None of them are super confident picks, but they are all ones that rate out as slightly positive in our model over at OddsShopper. That is Aaron Nola over 7.5 strikeouts, Graham Ashcraft under 4.5 strikeouts, and Joe Musgrove over 5.5 strikeouts. So those are the bets that I'm looking at today, but what are you guys looking at? Like I said, I don't feel super confident in any of the plays today, but maybe there's something I missed that you guys really, really like. Let me know in the comments section below. Also, like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel before leaving. Good luck and have a great day, everybody.